The next 40 seconds, I'm going to de-influence you and bring you back to reality. Weekly or monthly clothing hauls is not normal. Shopping designer casually like it's the same thing like shopping at Aritzia is not normal. Traveling frequently to luxurious destinations is not normal. Buying the newest tech gear as soon as it comes out is not normal. Regularly dining out at expensive restaurants is not normal. I'm here to remind you that most people live normal lives, and that's not it. For the people that you see online, you can't see their potential credit card debt, you can't see their investment portfolio or savings, and you can't see their car payments. So remember that what you see online is just a sliver of the truth, and keeping up with the Joneses is not worth the stress and crappy finances that may potentially come along with it.
If there is one thing that I do not understand, it is overconsumption. And this is a prime example that I saw on the internet. Why would anyone actually need 30 to 40 to 50 of the same exact cup? This right here probably cost this person, what, $2,000? Imagine what else you could buy for $2,000. I don't get this. And before anyone's like, it's not your business, I'm very aware of that. But on my platform, I try to talk about de-influencing. So I would never come on here and promote this and be like, this is the lifestyle that we should be trying to live. What is this? Yeah, they're pretty. Like half of them still have the wrapper on them. So are we just buying $40 to $50 cups just to look at them, just to be able to say, look at my collection of water bottles, pretty much? Another example I saw on Facebook, and when people asked her, like in a respectful way, why do you have that many Stanley cups? She said it's simply a collection. She likes to collect them. It's a thrill to find another one so that she can hang them up. Like, look, I think almost every one of these have a tag. They are brand new. Will she ever drink them? I can't fathom in this economy thinking that I need to spend thousands of dollars on a cup. Like, can someone explain this to me? Minus that people are just out of their mind and obsessed. You all are obsessed. Let's de-influence, shall we? I am convinced that in like 5 years, we are going to see Stanley cups at Goodwill, at thrift stores, at yard sales for like $5. Probably still with the new tag. So before you go and feel the need to buy your third, fourth, or fifth Stanley cup, ask yourself, is there something better that you could be spending that money on? Because I guarantee you there is. Have a great day.
It's probably easier just to show you. So, yeah.
At what point are we going to realise that we just cannot keep going consuming at the rate that we do? I get it. Big corporations are who we need to stop with all of their polluting and the impact that they have. But we also need to stop romanticising stuff like that. Beds full of skincare products that you will not be able to use all of in your lifetime. It's going to go out of date, you're going to get bored of it, you're going to bin it, and it's just promoting overconsumption. And I'm sorry, but some individuals also need to be held accountable for the massive impact they have on the planet when so many go without and are being impacted by the consumption that these other people do.
I always get questions as to why I have so much credit card debt. This is it. I'm spring cleaning my apartment and I did something incredibly stupid. I must be a masochistic little idiot because I realized that I am literally the woman who lived in her shoes. I counted and there are 60 pairs. It takes up literally the entire area space of my bedroom floor. And for reference, this is about 6 feet right here. This area, it's like 6 feet across. So if you ever wondered why my savings account is basically empty and I have 5 figures of credit card debt, this is it right here. Ignore the noise. There's construction going on in my building, but this is absolutely disgusting. What's worse is like, I didn't actually think it looked this bad. Like this doesn't look that bad to me. I was expecting it to be much bigger. Like I was expecting it to take up the entire space of my apartment. So like clearly my worm brain is like, no, it's not that bad. Like it is that bad. It's crazy. So this is what 60 pairs of shoes look like. And shamefully, I think only like 5 of these pairs are under $300. Okay, let's say under 200. That one, that one, that one, that one, and that one. Those are the only pairs that are under $200. Oh, and then my Birkenstocks back there too. Oh, and my Bass loafers right there. But everything else is over $200. Most of them are over $500. This is disgusting to me. And also, yes, most of them are black. I think I have maybe 3 pairs of non-black shoes. Wait, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. I have 5 pairs of non-black shoes. And then my running shoes aren't black either, but everything else is black.
Okay, but we already have 50 perfume bottles. What is the 51st gonna do? Do we really need another eyeshadow palette, or can we get by with maybe one of the 15 that we currently have? You know you're just going to keep going back to wearing that same pair of black leggings. Do we really need 3 more pairs in different color? Become the woman who prioritizes quality over quantity. Be the girl who values and appreciates her stuff enough to actually use it. You can become the person who values the long-lasting satisfaction of using every drop or extracting all of the value out of the things that you own versus chasing the fleeting excitement of being able to say that you got something new that, let's be honest, you're never going to use. Magic will happen. Watch your spending on stupid stuff go down. Watch saving and investments go up. Watch clutter disappear. Watch your financial confidence and trust skyrocket. Become the girl who values and appreciates her stuff enough to actually use it. I know, easier said than done. If you're like, but how do I do that? That's what my entire page is about. If you head to my profile and you start with all the free resources in my bio, my podcast, my free training on how to stop impulse shopping, that's a fantastic place to start so that you can actually become this person.
If you click on this sound, it's literally just, I'm an overconsumer. Isn't it cute how much I've consumed of the same item? And I'm not just talking Stanleys. No. Everybody's jumping on this trend because it's talking about colors. See, here's another one. This one's also Stanley's. Yep, you've certainly got all the colors. Good job. Really love that for you and the environment. Okay, back at it again, but this time with swimsuits. Yeah, why do we need this many colors of swimsuits? Even if I lived in, like, Hawaii, I probably wouldn't own that many swimsuits. Here we go again, with also multiples of even the same scent. Don't really understand that. Great, I just really love that this is what we're doing now. Alright, overconsumption of garbage for making candles. I don't think you could even use all of those in a lifetime. Even if you're burning all of them at the same time and therefore inflicting migraine after migraine on you and your gas. I mean, I guess with this one at least you can wear them, but highly doubt she's wearing all of them. I own 2 pairs of tennis shoes. One is for working out when I occasionally decide to do that, and the other is just for projects. You know, they're my old pairs. They can get shitty, so. Yeah, it's super cute. Love it. Great.
So I'm really enjoying this whole de-influencing thing, partially because I personally have a really bad spending problem, which is like embarrassing to admit, but it's true. I like buying new things. I like feeling like my life is aesthetic and on trend, and I like adding novelty to my life, which is fine. Like, it's fine to buy new things, and it's fine to treat yourself every once in a while. But when overconsumption is like your coping mechanism, like it is mine, not only is that so bad for like your mental health and the planet and whatever, it's gonna make you so broke. And I know that from personal experience. So here's my take as a regular person on things that you simply do not need. Starting off with the worst offender, expensive body wash. In my opinion, there truly is like not a bigger waste of money. Why do you need this? It's body wash. Go to the drugstore, get like an Aveeno body wash. You'll be happy. Your skin will be happy. You do not have the money to be buying this. If you're like a regular person like me, it's body wash. Don't buy this. This might be controversial, but I do not think you need multiple sets of like fancy coordinated loungewear. Like, Margaret Atwood has that quote about women being their own voyeurs, and it is about this. This is loungewear. It's what you wear at home. Like, fine, have one nice set. You don't need multiple. It's what you're wearing at home. No one is seeing you wear this. If you're comfortable, then you're comfortable. And also, we as a society are like exiting the pandemic era. So if you're trying to have a job anytime soon, invest in clothing you could wear to an office, not in loungewear. You don't need it. You have tons of loungewear already. I guarantee it. We all do. If you have makeup that's like not expired and works for you, you do not need to buy new makeup. Use what you have. You do not need to be on top of the latest and greatest new products if you already have stuff that works. You do not need to try every like dupe that comes across your For You page and buy every single drugstore lipstick. You don't need that many lipsticks. You don't need this. If you have stuff that works, just use that. Buy new things when you need them. If you are buying an iPad in the hopes of becoming like an iPad girly who has her life together, buying an iPad will not be the thing that gets your life together. You do not need one. And if you are going to buy one, like I have an iPad that I use for like school readings and watching Netflix and that's it. Like I don't actually need it. But if you are going to buy an iPad, if you're not doing like heavy duty creative work, don't get an iPad Pro. You don't need that. A regular iPad will do just fine and it's like $500 cheaper. You don't need a Stanley Cup or any other trending water bottle. Like you just don't. For something that's going to be out of trend in like 6 months, it's already way too expensive. But also, this is just a water bottle. Like, you can get a perfectly fine water bottle for under $25. It's just a water bottle.
None of the products in this video or videos like this are things that people are actually seeking out. Like, nobody logs on to TikTok or Amazon thinking, I need a self-stirring glass. But then you see it and you're like, oh, that's a cool gadget, I'll get that. And then you get it, it's like novel, you use it twice, and then it ends up in the back of your cupboard or in a junk drawer or in the trash or just not being used. So, moral of the story, if it's a product you didn't know you needed, it's probably because you don't actually need it. Our planet just cannot sustain this level of overproduction and overconsumption of plastic junk. Save the planet, save your money, and follow us for more de-influencing.
Your reminder that $10,000 a year is just $27 a day. So stop spending your money on all the stupid shit you don't need because that's where all your money's going. I personally remind myself of this fact anytime I'm gonna make a small, maybe impulsive purchase that I don't really need. And I have a perfect example I wanna share. As I was thinking about making this video, I knew I wanted to talk about something while I was like pouring my coffee. And I was thinking as I was grabbing this mason jar, how I really wish that I had those cool glass, aesthetic looking glasses that people make like their iced coffees in. And I literally thought for a second, like I'm gonna look on Amazon and see how much they are. And also like maybe get a cool glass straw while I'm at it. But then I caught myself and I realized that I do not need a aesthetic looking coffee glass and a glass straw. Like what I have works perfectly fine for me. I don't need to waste my money on that. And again, just $27 a day is $10,000 a year. So keep that in mind next time you want to buy something you don't need.
What's your best budgeting advice?
If you're not going to buy it full price, don't buy it on sale.
Amen, sister.
There is nothing in the personal finance space that gets people more hot and bothered than this question. I absolutely loved this video from Michaela, and I just want to give my thoughts on it because this is something that I tell my clients to think about all the time. So I'm Paige. I am the founder of Overcoming Overspending, which is an online community where I give women the tools and coaching to stop impulse shopping, overspending, and sabotaging their finances through their spending habits. If there is one type of spending that my clients do that hurts their finances the most, it's something that I call sales spending. And sales spending is when the primary driver behind why you're buying what you're buying is the sale, the deal, or the discount. Everybody gets really hot and bothered by this because they're like, well, what do you mean? Are you telling me not to save money? Are you telling me that I should pay more than I should? And it's like, no, of course we're not saying that. Of course we want you to save money. Of course we don't want you paying more than you should. But let's be honest. How much spending do you actually do where it's the sale or the savings that's the primary driver behind you spending the money? Our brains are chemically programmed to respond to sales. When we get exposed to a sale, we get a huge hit of dopamine. We go into competitive mode, and the amygdala, the part of our brain that controls our fear response, lights up, and we go into loss aversion mode, essentially FOMO. So a lot of the spending that we do, it's not even about what we're buying. You could be buying a sack of potatoes, and if it's 50% off, you're like, yeah, I don't need a sack of potatoes, but it's 50% off, so let's get it. It's less about what you're buying, and it's more just about getting the dopamine rush of being able to swipe your credit card and get the high of the buy. This is why we all tell you to ask this question, because when you ask and answer the question, would I be willing to pay full price for this thing? Even though I don't have to, would I? Because when you ask that question, what happens is your focus goes back onto what you're buying, to the product, and to what you're actually having to spend versus simply just the deal, the savings, and the discount. So let's just say a $40 pair of leggings is 25% off. Asking myself the question, I get to pay $30 for these leggings, but if I had
to, would I pay $40? If the answer to that question is no, then that's a clear indication to me that it's much less about the leggings I'm about to buy and the actual use and value I'm gonna get out of them. And it's more about buying something that's 25% off and saving myself $10. So that's why we tell you to ask and answer this question. It's not because we want you paying more than you should or not saving money that you could be saving. Do this one last thing for me. Go to the area of your home where you keep all of your junk and all of your clutter. Maybe it's your basement, your attic, an overflow room. Go there and look at all of the stuff that you bought and you didn't get much use out of. And a common theme that I think a lot of you will see is that you bought a lot of those items solely because you could get a good deal on it. But just because you can get a good deal out of something doesn't mean it's a good deal for you. It's all about the use and the value that you're going to be getting out of something. It doesn't matter if you can get something 50% off. If you're not gonna use it or you're only gonna use it once and then it's gonna wind up underneath your bathroom sink, who really won in that scenario? You or the retailer? If you are struggling with your spending habits, give me a follow. I am here to help you. You can also start with the free masterclass in my bio all about why you impulse shop and how to stop. Love y'all. Bye.
Time for a little more de-influencing. There is actually no such thing as an Amazon must-have. Hot girls are doing this, the cool girls are doing that. Do you mean the rich girls? Be honest, most people don't have guest bathroom drawers stocked with an entire minis aisle from Sephora. Most people don't even have a guest bathroom. Most people don't have the time, money, energy, or privilege to prioritize a perfect 7-day-a-week workout split that they stick to without fail no matter what. And a lot of times the people who do are monetizing it. And that's fine, I just thought you should know. Dupes don't really work if you're gonna buy 12 of them trying to replicate the real thing. On the other hand, the same lip color doesn't really look good on everybody. You'll probably be more comfortable if you figure out what you like best. If you have the extra time and money, that's probably a better use of your time and money. You don't need a different plastic container to corral everything that's in your home. That one's for me. And most importantly, the time that it takes to go cast a ballot or to contact your representatives or to just sign a single petition is time really well spent. Those things are built to be annoying. They're built to feel futile. They're built to be complicated and confusing and bureaucratic and boring. Don't let that stand between you and the power of your voice. Okay, I love you. Bye.
The romanticization of underconsumption core is a trap. If you have a real shopping problem, it's a trap. Do you need to shop less? Oh yes. Spend less? Hell yeah. Reorient the way you think about shopping? You can't afford not to. But compulsive shopping for clothes, accessories, makeup, and creating a fantasy life go hand in hand. Part of why you're shopping is that you're dissatisfied with yourself and your life as it exists. You create this fantasy life, this fantasy girl or woman, and you buy the things that this woman you want to be would own. When you romanticize underconsumption, like, oh my God, there's this woman that only uses 5 luxury makeup products, that's who I want to be. Or, you know, there's a beautiful montage of a beautiful woman under consuming and they've got that beautiful music laid over it, like, don't know why I didn't come. And you're just like, oh my God, I want to be her. I want to spend less. You're creating a fantasy life. And what that means is you are going to take the easy way out. Shopping less is the journey into yourself. It's facing your insecurities, your lack of self-worth. It's facing pain from your childhood. Like, there are a lot of different things that go into why people shop, and they're all pretty painful to deal with. They're all pretty painful to uncover and work through. And so you're gonna try and buy your way to underconsumption. I already see it happening. What's gonna happen since you haven't done the work and aren't doing the work alongside your declutter is that you're gonna say, well, I just need one good bag that I can wear every single day. So I'm gonna get rid of all the bags I have and buy one perfect bag. Guess what? You just consumed. And that one bag will not be enough. You'll say, well, it's not formal enough. Well, it's not lightweight enough. And you'll consume more. You'll declutter every single water bottle except for one, and then a new water bottle will hit the scene. And you'll say, well, one in, one out. I'll buy this water bottle, but I'll get rid of the water bottle that I own. You only need one of everything, and it should be the best one you can buy. Because once I buy this water bottle, I'll never feel the need to buy another one again. That's what you said about the last water bottle. Don't get so enamored in the idea of being someone who underconsumes that you forget to change the way you think, which of course influences the way you act. And this is not me trying to shame you. I have such a shopping problem. I talk about it in therapy. I do my workbooks. This is me trying to share that information that I'm gleaning with you guys. So come with me on my journey. I'll come with you on yours, and let's make underconsumption a goal and not just a fantasy.
Did you know that the average woman in the 1950s only bought 10 new pieces of clothes per year, and each piece she kept for over 10 years. Did you know that today the average woman buys 68 new pieces of clothing per year, and on average only keeps each piece for 2 years, wearing each piece only an average of 7 times before getting rid of it? This is your friendly reminder that having more clothes, more shoes, more makeup, more trendy bullshit products will never make you more attractive or more happy. It just makes you easy to sell to. Overconsumption is extremely normalized today, especially on social media. We're told by influencers and celebrities that it's normal to want and have hundreds of clothes in your closet. Fast fashion has skyrocketed and become a $100 billion industry. Did you know that clothing production contributes to 10% of greenhouse gas emissions and accounts for over 20% of global water pollution? Yes, our cute, trendy clothes are polluting the ocean with cute little microplastics. If your top cost you $20, the person who made it probably only made 20 cents. I highly recommend watching this YouTube video if you want to learn more about the reality of how our cheap clothes are really made and at what expense. When I was younger and I didn't know any better, I bought a lot of clothes from shame. I wasn't thinking about where the clothes came from or where they would go when I got rid of them. All I cared about was buying cute clothes that made me feel good and look good. Obviously, it's a crazy boost when you buy new clothes. They don't call it retail therapy for nothing, you know? It's addictive. It's funny though, because the more money that I started to make, the less material shit I realized I wanted. And I hit that blissful realization that nothing tangible outside of me could possibly fill that hole inside of me that we all have. Whenever I want something that is outside of myself, I think to myself, if I cannot make myself content and at peace right now, in this moment, without it, I will never be satisfied when I get it. There will always be something else that I will be searching for. Anything I've ever gotten or achieved, I've still always felt the same. There is no bag, shoes, shirt in the world that would make me happier than I am today, knowing that I have everything I need and that it is more than enough. Becoming a minimalist was one of the best things that I ever did. If you can embrace and be grateful for everything that you have, you are winning at life. I love you. Less is more.